Ranked the number 2 college in the US, Harvard University certainly lives up to its prestige and reputation. With an acceptance rate hovering around 3%, what can you do to get accepted? Well, I'm going to tell you. Nadine here with Quad Education, helping students get accepted into their dream college. So, how can you get into Harvard University? Well, first, let's look at the most recent class profile information so you can see how you stack up against accepted students. And around 2,000 students are accepted, giving us that acceptance rate I mentioned of around 3%. Interestingly, in this cohort, no students were accepted off the wait list. So it's going to be really important to get that acceptance letter right off the bat. Now, don't be discouraged by these numbers. Remember that acceptance rates don't measure the application's quality. If you have a well-polished application, your chances of acceptance will be much greater than applicants who submit a hasty application. Back to the stats. Around 15% of the class are international students, and the rest come from all around the country, including 20% from Mid-Atlantic, 18% from the South, 16% from New England, 13% from the Pacific, and 10% from the Midwest. Now, in terms of intended field of study, this is also varied, but the largest concentrations are 28% for social sciences, 18% for biological sciences, and 15% for the humanities. Great, so we know what an accepted student looks like. Now, what do you need to do to actually apply? As with all schools, you'll need to submit your school reports, teacher evaluations, and standardized test scores from high school as part of Harvard's application process. You'll have the option to complete a common app or a coalition app. The admissions committees accept both types of applications, and there is no preference for either one. Then you'll need to fill out the rest of the supplemental application that Harvard provides. The first step is to fill in the profile section, where you can share details about yourself like your legal name, citizenship status, demographics, and so on. In the next section, you'll have the opportunity to fill in details about your family, including information about your household. Next, you'll head to the education section, where you can share information about your current school or coursework. Here you can talk about any gaps or interruptions in your education, grades, current or most recent courses that you've taken, and any honors or awards of recognition that you've received. Here you can also share your future plans and career aspirations. In the next section, you'll provide all the information about standardized tests as they pertain to you. If you haven't taken any tests, then you'll need to fill in which tests you are taking and when. Next, you'll come to the activities section, where you can share details about your extracurricular activities. Harvard states that activities you undertake need not be exotic, but rather might show a commitment to excellence regardless of the activity. Such a commitment can apply to any activity in your life and may reflect underlying character and personal qualities. While you fill out the grid, you'll be asked about the nature of your extracurricular activities, the approximate amount of time you dedicated to them and when, as well as if you plan to participate in college. Now, the purpose here is to gauge if you will contribute to the school and its culture, which is a trait that Harvard looks for in the admissions process. Then you'll come to the writing section, where you'll have the space to fill in your personal essay. You'll also have the chance to write about your disciplinary history and any other additional information you wish to share in your application. The Harvard question section is required to help admissions committees understand how you want to spend your time while at Harvard. You'll be asked about your plans to apply for financial aid, your potential field of study, future academic plans, and activities you may be interested in at Harvard. You can also take this opportunity to share any supplemental materials with the admissions committee, especially those which can be helpful if they reveal unusual talent. So keep in mind that this section is not mandatory, but it can be useful if you have anything in your profile like art slides, music recordings, or research papers to share. Now, the last section of the application is the supplemental essay section. Now, writing another essay is not mandatory, but again, you can use this as another opportunity to improve your candidacy and demonstrate your character. Okay, so we know about the stats of accepted students, we know what you need to apply. So now, what does Harvard actually look for in applicants? A couple of important things here of note. Growth. Harvard is looking for students who can take initiative, reach their academic and personal potential, and have some sort of direction for what they want in life. You also want to be able to demonstrate that you can use your time wisely and you know who you are now and who you would like to be later on. Passion. Harvard looks for passionate students who have learned valuable skills or have received results as a result of their interests, take advantage of the opportunities available to them, commit genuinely, or show leadership capabilities. Personal character. Harvard wants to admit students who are open to new perspectives and experiences and can make informed choices for themselves. They want people who show maturity, leadership, self-confidence, and a sense of humor. Contribution. Harvard also wants to admit students that can positively contribute to the school culture, including staying calm under the pressures of college life, the ability to contribute to the experience of your peers and to the school as a whole, and those who are interpersonal and friendly. Okay, lastly, I want to give you some tips to help you get into Harvard. First and foremost, strive for the best academic performance you can while in high school and study hard for your ACT and SAT. Now, of course, numbers aren't everything. Having a stellar high school GPA and high school test scores will undoubtedly strengthen your application, though. Another great way to bolster your application is to provide great letters of recommendation, as these hold quite a bit of weight in the admissions process. Your best bet is to ask the teachers that you developed meaningful relationships with within your time at high school if they'll write your recommendation. Plus, doing well within the classes they teach is definitely a bonus. Perhaps the best advice to get into Harvard is to start the process early and make sure that your application reflects your character authentically. Harvard is not looking for machines who just go to class and do nothing else. You have many interesting qualities and talents. Remember, no one in the world is quite like you, and you should show that in your application. Thanks for tuning into this video. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel for all the latest and greatest on the college application process. Cheers to your success.